Good evening, Fatherland, and all the DBTC family. Let me tell you a story. There was a nurse who is 71 years old who I would say she retired already, and she's doing only part-time job. She works in a Beaumont hospital in Michigan. She's 71 years old and is as healthy as 60-year-old. She's only taking vitamins, and that's about it. Vitamin E and multivitamins. But her hospital, even though she's doing part-time job, her hospital asked her, well, she retired already. And because of her skill, because she's the only nurse who can do umbilical IV on those neonate babies who are sick or are preterm. So in other words, they're dying or they're really sick. So the hospital still asks her to work for them. So it's only dealing with kids. Make the long story short, it happened a month ago. It happened at Wednesday. So she was working, and then she finished her shift, her 12-hour shift. And after the 12-hour shift, she said to her husband that I'm sick, I'm tired. And she is actually an active. She gathers. She's very active in the Philippines. She still send balikbayan boxes to. She gathered leftover toys to send it to the Philippines. So she was calling her friend and said, I'm sick, but she was making follow-up on those toys that she's going to send it to the Philippines and send it to on a balikbayan box. So Wednesday night passed. So Thursday, she said she was sick, or she was like flu-like symptoms. So Thursday night, she told her husband that we're gonna do social distancing. So both of them, they live in a very big home, and they don't have kids. So her husband was upstairs, and she slept on the master's bedroom. So that was Thursday night. Friday, she calls in sick because she was really tired, and she called in sick. So that Friday night, she made an appointment with the doctor to tell the doctor that she's sick and to have an appointment, because in America you cannot just go there without doctor's appointment unless you have to go to the ER. So that happens Friday. Saturday morning, so her husband came to she said, hey honey, I'm just gonna prepare you breakfast. She didn't answer. Nobody answered. So just like a routine, he actually prepared her breakfast, and she said, Eve, are you ready? Are you awake? Nobody answered. So he finished his meal, prepared her breakfast, and when she saw her, she passed away. Just like that. With a 3-day span time, within 3 days, she passed away. That story was my aunt. And she was very warm. It really hits you when your family or loved ones No words could really fathom what I'm gonna say. In fact, she even when before this happened, a week before that happened, she even left me a pineapple bread when she was in Michigan. Because when we went there, I love this pineapple bread. When that happens, I cried, and I cried, and I cried. Perhaps a month have passed by now, and I'm in that stage of accepting it. So I made a letter. I made a letter for me and for myself, and I didn't post it in Facebook, but I just made a letter. I just would like to shed out what I felt as a frontliner. When Fatherland called me yesterday morning, he told me that I would, if it's okay with me, if I'll do a good morning talk. So I asked him what are the audiences who are. So it was a blessing, these guys, that the letter I've made this a month ago, I could share this. I was just putting this letter and I just place it in the altar. And I share it to my wife. So let me just share this to you, since it was a coincidence that I'm going to share this. So it's just an open letter. I have no title for this. It's just, I would say, Dear Lord. Dear Lord, as I come to work as a frontliner, as a health worker, bless us that our shift will be full of compassion to our patient, that our very soul will be focused on them, to serve them, cater their uniqueness and individuality, so that in our own humble way, we can heal them. I have come to work not because I have to. I have come to work because I'm needed. This is my calling. If not, who else will? Especially nowadays there are full of uncertainties. Not knowing what I got or what they got. We don't want to spread. It's different to face a faceless enemy, for it can be your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, your cousins, your brothers and sisters, your parents, your wife, and your husband. But I have to, so that they can have an extra smile to smile, and a love to share their family, just like mine. Dear Lord, it is excruciating to bundle up just like all these PPEs and all these goggles and all these masks and so on and so forth. It feels like they're dreaded and their disease are incurable, just like TB and leprosy and even AIDS before. My heart hurts that when you have it, that no family is allowed to see you that you're grasping for that dying breath, that no family, no familiar faces, no loved ones, nobody, I say nobody, to comfort you except us. That no matter what the outcome be, that you will not die alone. You will not die alone. You will not die alone. Dear Lord, protect me and protect my patient and my loved ones, that this pandemic will come to pass, so that we will continue to serve your greater humanity. To my fellow fallen comrades, to my fellow nurses, doctors who sacrificed themselves unselfishly, thank you. May you have a special place for them, O Lord, so that they will have their fire, that undying ember in our hearts that will live forever. Fatherland, thank you, and all the DBTC family, for all your prayers. For this letter, thank you for the land, for I was able to share this letter and that was heard. And please pray for all the frontliners who are still fighting, Father. May there will be a hope that there will be no second wave for this pandemic. Sincerely yours, Ron. Thank you, Father.